Graduate from Charles M. Hall School would flourish from Alcoa's 13 streets and would go on to lead a 50-year career in higher education. This right here is the story of Andrew Baskin.
Well, I was raised in what we now call the 13 streets of Alcoa. At that time, it was an all-black section.
The story of Andrew Baskin's life begins in the same way as many other African Americans living in Blount County during the 1950s and 60s, in the shadow of Alcoa's aluminum smelting plant. Black workers and their families lived and worked on the company town's 13 streets. At the center of that community stood an all-black school, Charles M. Hall.
In the first 10 years of my education were spent at Charles M. Hall. It was 2 streets over from where I lived because I could walk there every day. I could cut across the field and go to school.
The nation surrounding Andrew and his community was quickly changing. 1964 saw the Civil Rights Act, 1965 the Voting Rights Act. But a landmark Supreme Court decision a decade earlier would have the most impact on a young Andrew. Unfortunately, he would not get to graduate from a school integral to his upbringing.
If we stayed in the Alcoa City school system, we were going to have to graduate from Alcoa High School.
Across the southern United States, the desegregation and integration of U.S. public schools brought heightened tension and often violence. While things never got physical at Alcoa, students of Charles M. Hall did not have an easy transition.
We look at it as, wow, there were no riots, there were no police. Okay, everything went smoothly. No, that's not true. The white students and the white teachers did not necessarily want us there. And I would think many of the African Americans would tell you honestly now, they didn't want to be there.
As high school graduation approached, Andrew applied to only one school and was accepted, Berea College. Despite being the first racially integrated college in the South, Andrew and other black students still had to fight to be seen at Berea during the early 70s.
We want to be accepted as equals. We want black history to be taught. We want to see black teachers. We want to see people like us.
He would make good on that last desire. After graduating from Berea, Andrew would continue his education, earning a master's in history from Virginia Tech and embarking on a nearly 5-decade-long career in higher education.
I never thought in 2024 that I would still be living in the town of Berea. We never do know where life is going to lead us.
And even in retirement, Professor Baskin continues to make an impact on his alma mater. His research fund helps to fund black students in their education and research when it comes to black history. And even after his career was starting to wind down, he was able to reconnect with a former acquaintance and a neighbor, and we'll share more of their work coming up in our next half hour.